Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome to the first chapter of the Lightning Library, the series covering the history and details of every entry in the Lightning Collection, so you know which are the best, what you're getting with each entry, and what I think of them. Wave 1 of course is the place to start. Unlike most of the future waves in the line, Wave 1 was not announced all at one time. Power Morphicon 2018 would be the debut of the entire Lightning Collection, and this was brought with it the reveal of figure number 1, Mighty Morphin White. A video was showcased showing the construction of the prototype of the figure to give fans an idea of what to expect with these figures that would be on display on the convention floor following the Hasbro panel. The Lightning Collection was shown to come with accessories, weapons, optional effect pieces, and swappable civilian actor likenesses with each figure. Since this was early on in Hasbro owning the brand, it was impressive enough that they had anything to show at Power Morphicon at all, let alone a physical prototype. How the waves would work was not known at first. Other Hasbro 6-inch figure lines had been known to have as much as 8 figures a wave at times, so how Power Rangers would do it was up in the air. On Friday, November 16, 2018, Twitter user @PowerRangerTalk posted listings found on Amazon.com for 8 Lightning Collection figures. The already announced Mighty Morphin White Ranger was present, along with MMPR Pink, Lost Galaxy Magna Defender, S.P.D Shadow Ranger, Dino Charge Red Ranger, Beast Morphers Red Ranger, Beast Morphers Gold Ranger, and Mighty Morphin Lord Zedd. At the time, this was assumed to be all of the contents of the first wave, as well as confirming that the line would be doing more than Rangers with the inclusion of Lord Zedd. Once New York Toy Fair 2019 came around, Hasbro was ready to officially announce all of the details about Wave 1 of the Lightning Collection. The distributor website Southern Hobby would beat them to it the night before, when they posted an image of the Wave 1 lineup, confirming that the waves would be 4 figures apiece. Half of the listings found back in November would actually be for Wave 2, which wouldn't come for a little while longer. While the Southern Hobby leak was thought to be the first confirmation of the 4 figures in a wave idea, a 4chan post dated back to January had actually already confirmed this, despite having one of the Wave 1 and Wave 2 figures flipped around. Hasbro also launched their new collector site, Hasbro Pulse, the weekend of New York Toy Fair, which had accidentally put pre-orders for Dino Charge up earlier than they were supposed to, giving fans the first look at the box layout for the figures and a solid release date.
So from what I can gather, there isn't really anybody else yet that has covered this figure. The sort of history behind the release of this and how I was able to get it so early, because it is street dated for April 22nd, is that there was some kind of oversight at EB Games, and I was contacted to go pick up my pre-order several weeks in advance.
The figures would first make their appearance online in the hands of collectors on April 6th, with them being sold early at EB Games stores in Canada. Ranger board member Karate Kid posted the new MMPR White figure next to Bandai's Legacy one, and now the hunt was on. By mid-April, fans in the US began to find the figures at Target, though some were not able to buy them due to a May 1st street date getting in the way. By the end of the month, Amazon began to ship in-stock orders before fulfilling the February pre-orders, but the wave was finally out in more places. By May, they were basically available at every store, though many complained of the quality controls issues that they experienced right out of the box. Taking a look at each individual figure, Mighty Morphin White is first up. Setting the standard for the Lightning Collection from Season 2 of MMPR is Tommy Oliver himself. While Bandai America typically liked to lean more towards Tommy's days as MMPR Green, Hasbro has shown more of a preference for MMPR White when beginning their toy line. Taking a look at the articulation for the line, they all share the same basic points, with some more limited than others due to armor. We have a ball-jointed head, 360 joint on the shoulders, in and outward arm movement, rotation at the biceps, double elbow bend, hand rotation, hand pivot, chest pivot, forward and back waist joint, forward and back legs, rotation at the thighs, double jointed knees, rotation at the boots, an up and down foot movement, and ankle pivot. The shield is one of the only limiting factors of his articulation. Accessories-wise, Tommy includes his Saba, a blue explosion effect piece that can be placed on the blade, swappable hands for a left fist and a right fist, and a swappable head of Tommy Oliver himself sporting his Season 2 ponytail hairstyle look. Finally for the figure, here's a comparison between the suit from the show and the actor in the figure civilian head. S.P.D Shadow is next up, Commander Kruger features all of the same articulation as MMPR White, but features a more armor-filled base mold. His Shadow Saber is his main accessory included, which is made with a more pliable plastic and is prone to disformity. His effect piece is a blue swirl to slide around the blade, which can lead to scratching off on the red paint present on the sword if not applied carefully. His swappable hands include a 2-finger up hand for sword attacks, and a fist. As an extra accessory, he includes his Patrol Morpher. This makes a perfect piece for displays, such as preparing to perform a judgment on an opponent. However, Hasbro printed the front details on the back of the Morpher, which gives the Morpher a mirrored appearance with the slider being on the wrong side. Despite not being a human character, Kruger does still come with a civilian head, and to complete the look, he has a neck piece to make the unmasked look more natural. Our first Red Ranger to join the line is Tyler from Dino Charge. Tyler brings a very similar articulation chart to the table. The biggest hindrance to his articulation is in his left shoulder pad that is part of the Dino Charge design. Not having a chest armor covering the joint, it allows for the waist swivel joint to actually be seen. Tyler includes the Dino Charge Morpher, which he has a hand meant to specifically hold. However, the yellow plastic the Morpher is cast in sometimes leaves a bit of residue in the white gloves. A similar issue to this is with Tyler's Dino Saber, as the black on the handle part is painted on and prone to chipping in the figure's hand, so be careful. Of course, let's take a look at the Tyler Navarro head sculpt to finish it off. Finally, Wave 1 features our first villain in the Lightning Collection, Lord Zedd from MMPR Season 2. He's the first 1 per case figure in the line as well, probably due to his more complex sculpt. While he does share the same basic points of articulation, he is a completely new mold compared to the Rangers in the line to capture all of his muscle detail. The pipes that extend off his body can hinder the articulation in some points. While they are made of a soft plastic to be as flexible as possible, be careful not to rip them when posing the figure. Technically, they can be unpegged at certain places for more posability as well. He comes with, of course, his iconic Z staff, which looks amazing in hand, despite the point on the bottom being molded in the wrong direction. He breaks the pattern of the blue effect pieces by including a red wraparound piece to clip around the staff for a great looking effect. His swappable hands include a claw hand and a fist, and his final accessory is the growth bomb he throws to regenerate his fallen monsters. For the debut of the Lightning Collection, Wave 1 is a perfect way to introduce what this line is going to entail. Being at the start of the Hasbro era, the franchise is being represented here in all of its different eras that came before. The Saban, the Disney, and the Neo Saban are all represented. We get a Tommy out of the way, we get a villain, a Red Ranger, and a fan favorite Extra Ranger. Hasbro really picked a fantastic lineup to begin their brand new figure line. Thank you all so much for joining me to take a look at the first entries in the Lightning Collection. Let me know down below what your thoughts on Wave 1 are, and which one was your favorite, and what did you think of this wave. Next up, Hasbro gives us another classic character, our first 2-pack, and our first convention exclusive, as we'll take a look at in the next episode of the Lightning Library.